Hi, today we're going to learn properties of logarithms. So there are three main properties that we need to know, and these are the product property, quotient property, and power property. So first is the product property, and this states that if we have log of a times b, we actually also have log of a plus the log of b. So that's the product property. And similarly, with the quotient property, if we have log of a divided by b, we also have the log of a minus the log of b. So very similar, except for we have a minus sign here instead of a plus sign. And the third rule is very, very important, the power rule. And it states that if we have the log of a to the power of n, then we also have n times the log of a. So what we've done is we've brought the exponent out in front. And so one thing that you can do with these three rules, which is really cool, is you can actually get the quotient rule from the product and the power rule. And what I mean by this is if you start off with log of a over b, you can rewrite this as the log of a times b to the negative first from our rules of exponents. And then from here, we can use the product rule to split the a and the b to the negative first up. So log of a plus log of b to the negative first. And then right here, we can use our power property to bring the negative 1 out in front. And we get log of a minus log of b. And so that's how we get the quotient property from the power property and the product property. Let's try an example. So here we have 1/3 log of 8 plus 2 log of 4 plus 1/2 log of 9. And so if we want to simplify this expression, we first want to take the numbers in front of each of the logs and move them to become exponents of the numbers within the logs. So what I mean by this is if we remember our power property of logs, we know that we can take this number and move it out here, and if we have a number here, we can move it outside of the log. So 1/3 log of 8 becomes log of 8 to the 1/3 plus log of 4 squared plus log of 9 to the power of 1/2. And so now we can simplify these numbers here. 8 to the 1/3 power is 2. So we have log 2 plus log of 4 squared, which is 16, plus log of the square root of 9, which is 3. And so now what we need to do is take each of these logs and use our product property and combine them through multiplying these numbers within a single log. So log of 2 times 16 times 3. So let's see, this is 32 times 3 would be 96. So this is the log of 96. Here's one more example. So if we're given that log 2 equals a and log of 3 equals b, how can we express log of 72 in terms of a and b? Well, if we look at 72, we know that 72 is 9 times 8. And we know that another way to express 9 times 8 is, let's see, log of 3 squared times 2 to the third power. So now we can use our property of logs here to split the multiplication up into 2 logs added together. So here we see log of 3 squared plus log of 2 to the third power. And so now we use our power property of logs, and we can bring these exponents down in front of the log. So if we do that, we get 2 log of 3 plus 3 log of 2. So now we can see here that we have log 3 and log 3 equals b, and log 2 equals a. So 2, and we substitute in 2b plus 3 times log 2, or a, and here we have our final answer. Last thing, so what happens if you're given a problem like this where we have 2 to the power of x equals 3 to the power of x plus 2? And so this is kind of tricky to solve because we have different bases here. So how do we solve this? We take the log of both sides. And so what does this give us? Well, if we take the log of both sides, we gain the ability to move the exponents out in front. And so now we have x times the log of 2 equals x plus 2 in parentheses times the log of 3. And so now we can just solve for x, and we do this by leaving this alone for now, equals, and we can distribute this here, so x log of 3 plus 2 log of 3. And so now we can group the x's on one side. So x log of 2 minus x log of 3 equals 2 log of 3. And so now we can undistribute the x here. So x times the quantity log 2 minus log 3, just like that, because these are they're simply 2 terms multiplied together, and same here, equals 2 log of 3. And so now if we divide both sides by the quantity log 2 minus log 3, so x equals 2 log of 3 divided by, this is very crooked, can everyone see this? 2 log of 3 divided by log of 2 minus log of 3. And that would be your answer. So you just plug that into your calculator. It's a little bit messy, but that's how you solve it.